What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Steel City Motors and another vehicle highlight. Here is one that a lot of people have been waiting for and looking at. It's definitely Jeep season, so let's get into this 2014 Cherokee Latitude. So to me, this is one of those models that Jeep put out that's definitely the best of both worlds. It's got some rugged capabilities, but it still feels sleek, comfortable, and upscale, with the Latitude trim offering a lot of comfort. As you can see here, we've got a nice spacious cabin for the compactness of this SUV. We've got a lot of configuration options. As you can see, this is a 60/40 folding bench that is folded 40% down, 60% up, and we have a massive panoramic sunroof. This is one of the largest panoramic sunroofs that I have seen on crossovers and compact SUVs, and it really gives you a gorgeous sky view. Now going on to the controls, we have everything within arm's reach. It's all really intuitive. It's all really easy. We actually have the gas door button right here down below the window buttons. Let me give you a better look here with the door open. It's a little bit easier than some of these floor configurations on these gas door latches. We've got everything kind of within arm's reach here. The different light controls, the trunk open button. We've got all of the standard controls on the steering wheel, from multimedia to cruise control. As you can see, we have a really beautifully designed analog and digital cluster. I love it when they put a good little bit of design element into it. Just, it makes the driving experience a little bit better when stuff is kind of thoughtfully designed. It doesn't just look like a boring cluster, and it's nice to look at. Here we have a really large screen for all of our multimedia controls, your standard dual zone climate control, and driving mode selector. Right here we've got auto, snow, sport, and sand mud. We've got a SD card reader here, which is a really interesting choice, with a 12-volt standard outlet here, as well as in the center console. Got the layers to the center console right here, and then we also have an actual outlet in the back of the vehicle. So I really love how huge this multimedia screen is. Uconnect is kind of like the typical thing that we have here. We've got the different media controls right here, the Uconnect apps that you have right here. So that's standard on all of the Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge devices. Gotta love Uconnect. It's really smooth. It's something that I've really enjoyed having when having these vehicles, whether it was one of my own family's vehicles or a rental. Uconnect is just really handy. Let's get a good look at that panoramic sunroof before we move on to the back seat. And before we actually do that, let me show you how huge this backup camera screen is. It is massive. I mean, look at this. This is like the size of my hand. And typically, a lot of times you'll see a much smaller screen for that. So I love that for this model year, this thing has a huge display. So here we have that sunroof. As you can see, it has a half open mode and a fully open mode. It just depends on how many times you click this button right here. And honestly, this is one of the most gorgeous panoramic sunroofs that I have seen on the market. It has so much reach all the way to the back of the vehicle. It's got a gorgeous sky view all the way into the back seat. A lot of times you get a panoramic sunroof and it only reaches like halfway into the back seat. This really takes up most of the roof, and it really gives you the most beautiful view, as you can see here. This is pretty much that happy medium between taking the whole top off of a Jeep like a Wrangler and then having the really great balance of crossover and compact SUV features that you get with the Cherokee, with the outdoorsy kind of rugged kind of fun features like the different off-road driving modes, and then also being able to have such an open beautiful sunroof. I mean, really, Jeep did the best of both worlds with this vehicle in so many ways. All right, y'all, here's a closer look at that back seat. As you can see, the 40% is folded down, 60% is up. You have the typical armrest cup holders here. You got plenty of head and leg room, even with the seats pushed all the way back. I'm about 5'10", and I can fit in here really comfortably, even with the front seats in the backmost position. So you definitely get a good little bit of room there. Let's take a look at that trunk space. All right, y'all, you can see we have a power lift gate that can be activated in multiple ways, including the key fob, including the latch button, and the button in the cabin. Here we have a good little bit of trunk space. We've got those original off-road kind of all-weather floor mats with the pattern that basically grips onto anything and doesn't allow dirt to be all over the cabin, which is really nice if you're out and about. We have a massive compartment down here for an organizer for any kind of tools or anything you may want to take on the road. So you get a lot of cargo space for the sides of the vehicle, and you also get more storage down here. A couple little smaller organizers to the side, little cargo organizer type door that you can swing in and out and lock and unlock. And when you have all of these seats down, you have a massive amount of space. So let's take a quick look before we wrap up this highlight. Boom, there it is. This is all of these seats down. You can see we have a ton of space here to work with. Let's just say you're moving or you're going on a more extensive camping trip, road trip, whatever. You want to load in a bunch of gear, you can still do that. So even though this is one of the smaller ones out of the Jeep lineup, you can still do plenty of Jeep activities with this vehicle. And I think that that is what really makes it such a great car. You get all of the benefits that you would get from like a Grand Cherokee or like a larger, more rugged model like a Wrangler. It might not be in the same exact capacity, obviously, but you get so many of those benefits while still having a more sleek, aerodynamic, more fuel efficient, and just kind of balanced crossover that can still be adapted to city life and everyday commute and go out off-road for a fun little adventure. It's just a really great vehicle, and I love the balance that it brings to the table. All right, everyone, thank you so much for jumping into this vehicle highlight with me. This is really in-depth, but I really wanted to get into this vehicle. We've had a lot of interest in this vehicle, and I wanted to show y'all all the features that we have to offer. If you want to come down here, test drive it, and take a look at it or any of our other vehicles, head on over to 1011 Old Cedar Grove Road here in Moody, Alabama, right off of I-20 exit 144. Thank you so much for tuning into all of our socials, our website, calling in, everything. We appreciate every single one of you. Have a great one, and we'll see you in the next one.